ask. Because you see, we've built up a gigantic debt for you to pay. The interest on that debt at this moment is $60 billion a year, just the interest. And somebody's got to pay it, and you're the ones that have been chosen to pay it. We have not lived up to our means. And the debt's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And $400 billion are being spent on arms in the world. Somebody can push the trigger that can destroy your generation. And those are the terrifying things that face you. And you haven't faced up to it yet, and neither have we. And I, for one, am ashamed at what our generation has handed you, and the problems we've handed you, and the mistakes we've made. And one of those mistakes is we haven't really clearly presented to you the gospel of Christ and what it costs to follow Christ, and the joy and the thrill and the excitement of following Christ and knowing Him and having your sins forgiven, so that even if you're in a wheelchair, you can have that marvelous smile and say, "Thank God." What a message we have to give to you. And then the second tension I find is created by young people themselves who don't like any part of the world that they will inherit and are seeking to abolish the whole society. Now, like one of them said, that they feel like they're locked in the back of a vehicle that has been built to corrupt specifications. It's unsafe at any speed, and it's being driven by a middle-aged drunk. They don't want to drive. They don't even want to go where the car is going. They just want to get out of the car as quick as they can before the wreck. And if they succeed, they will camp where they happen to be, hoping to make it if they can stay together. And then the third tension that I find is a tension that comes from those young people who use a word that they used a couple of 3 years ago. I don't think young people are using this anymore because it's a little out of date. But it's a pretty good expression that I find among young people even today, even though they use different terminology. They mean the same thing. Hanging loose. They're disturbed by biting discontent. They're testing the winds of change before committing their mind and their body and their soul. And they represent many of modern youth. A boy gets caught cheating in school and his peers tell him, "Hang loose." A girl gets pregnant. Hang loose. Students pressured by parents to get better grades. Hang loose, don't worry about it. When a problem gets rough, hang loose. Walk away from it. Don't try to think your way out of a mess. Feel your way through it. Abandon absolute standards. They only hang you up. But you know, the generation before you, my generation and the past generation, they were idealists too. You see, they were tempted to drop out and hang loose 1,000 times, but instead they held on to their jobs and paid their bills and their taxes and fought in wars that had to be fought to keep Hitler from taking the world. Perhaps we've been naive, but we've expected that the young generation might pick up society's load. And we find it difficult to understand the lack of commitment today. And that's really the lack that I find among many young people. They really haven't committed themselves to any philosophy or ideology or religious faith. They're just hanging loose, sort of waiting for a wind to come along and blow them in any direction. I'm asking you tonight to commit yourself to the Lord Jesus Christ.